usually shine my light up in there to see if there's any crusting or anything, which it looks okay at the moment, but I'll do a sweep test obviously to make sure that we've got nothing leaking out there. If not, then that'll need attention as well. Ooh, okay, this boiler is not looking good already. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do with it. How are we doing, everyone? So we are 10th of December. What's that? 15 days to Christmas. So yeah, literally 2 weeks and a day. But I guess Christmas really starts on Christmas Eve, doesn't it? So we are 2 weeks away. Today's video is a bit of a mixed bag, so I hope you will enjoy it. We've got radiator changes, we've got boiler service. It's actually one of my YouTube viewers who called me to come and service the boiler. So Manish, if you're watching, this is your one on here. I'm sorry I haven't got the quote ready for you yet for your boiler install, but I will get around to it. It's just been absolutely manic. So yeah, you'll find out a little bit more about this job as you guys progress into the video, and then just got a bit of remedial work to do as well on another job. But it's been a better week this week, I'd say. However, this week for me, going forward, is going to be a bit touch and go because Nikki's got work commitments. I've got work commitments, but with my stuff, obviously, I can be a bit flexible. Where she's got going to the office, she's got stuff happening in the city, so I'm doing some of the pickups, more pickups than I would usually do from school for Arian. So it just means that I'm having to manage my diary a little bit more differently this week. And then obviously next week I'm pretty much booked up. I've got some gaps to take on any emergencies that come in, and then it's Christmas. So let's just get on with the video. And I also just want to say a big thank you to all you guys, because that last video, it ranked 1 out of 10. So, you know, something went right in there, and thanks to you guys for tuning in. So please don't forget to carry on doing what you're doing. Keep tuning in. If you want to get a loved one a special Christmas present, go to Unilite's website, bag yourself 25% off and get them something, or get yourself something. And like I said, if you do want to get yourself ready for admin side in 2025, check out the link to Power Now in the description. They've got some special offers on at the moment, and you might just find that it helps you run your business a little bit more effectively and just get you set up for, you know, a lot less admin time and more free time to not just work, you know, enjoy time with the family and stuff like that. So anyway, look, let's just go on with the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. What is happening, people? Got another radiator to do today. Seems like I'm doing a lot of radiators at the moment, but you know, work is work, isn't it? A job is a job. I would really love to just get a day of just breakdowns, but it's not come yet. I don't know why it's not come yet, but I remember last year I was having days where it was just like boiler breakdown after boiler breakdown after boiler breakdown, and I miss those days. That's kind of what I'm waiting to come back. I don't know, maybe it's not gone as cold as people expected to me. I mean, the winter has been a bit of a late starter, so it may mean that the big, busy season might come in January, who knows? But we've still got December to go through, so let's see. Anyway, I've got this radiator to replace with this radiator, and customers asked me to replace it because you can see it's all rusted around there, and that's all rusted as well. So they don't want to take the risk of just trying to change the bleeding blank switch. I don't think that would help anyway, because it looks like the actual radiator itself has rusted through. Nice DIY job on the PTFE there. But I'm really hoping my luck pulls through on this one, because this, I think, is a like for like one. I've ordered this radiator going off the measurements that the customer gave me. So 1100 by 600 type 22.
I don't know if it is a Flowmaster brand or not, but I'm going to unbox that one. I'm going to check which way the brackets are on this, and I may be very lucky in the sense that I may be able to use the same brackets. So let's get that unboxed first, and then let's see where the brackets line up, and let's see if my luck holds through in this one. Radiator's off. Obviously you can see that. Now I've just had to keep an eye out here because there's a warden lurking about. He's on a moped. He's given another moped a ticket already, so I had to come out, sit in the van whilst he was lurking around. But it's gone now. I better make this quick. Let's hope that the brackets are the same, because then I can literally hang that on, reconnect that back on. We'll take off all this PTFE because that is not needed. There's nothing wrong with the valves, so I'm not going to be changing the valves on this one. Let's just get the radiator reconnected, and then hopefully I will need to wind the tails out of the old one, won't I? Yes, I will. Let me take those tails out. All right, radiator is unboxed. Now, first things first. This will tell me. Oh, give me. Oh, I think I might be onto a winner here. They are exactly the same brackets. Now, just hope the distancing is exactly the same as well. I just heard something outside. Let me make sure it's not wooden. No, I think I'm safe for now. Right, I think I better get this radiator hung on. Oh, and also I didn't need to wind the old tails out because whenever I do radiators, sometimes I'm just changing valves, and you know you always end up with tails and nuts and olives. So just got a fresh pair of tails and nuts and olives out of the van. We're gonna make them into the radiator, and then should just be able to hang it on, pop the valves on, and then we should be out of here. I think that's probably the first time ever that I've got a like-for-like swap on a radiator. Same brackets, everything's on. I even put the little plastic nubs on so that it didn't happen before, but I put them on from the packet. Now, I've tightened all that up. I'm not going to open the valves yet because I just want the gripper lock to go off. I know it goes off pretty quickly, but I just want to give it a little bit more time to go off. So in the meantime, I'm just going to have a clear up, put stuff back in the van, and then open up the valves, repressurize the boiler because the boiler's still got pressure in it at the moment because I didn't drain anything out. I locked off the valves, drained the radiator out, took the old one off, but obviously now when I open up the valves, all that pressure is going to go come out of the boiler because it's going to try and fill the rad. So I'll do that afterwards. Let me have a tidy up. We'll get this filled up, test it for leaks, and then we'll go on to the next one. Right, we're done. We're filled up. Well, you can't see any water on there, but take my word for it. It's full, no leaks. Let's get out of here. Right, so this next job I've got here is a full service on this 637. So I'm going to be changing the G10 seal, obviously drain it out, check the expansion vessel and everything, make sure that's all good. They've also reported that there's some issues with the hot water cylinder in terms of it's taking ages for it to heat up. The central heating side is absolutely fine, but they're saying that the cylinder is taking forever and a day to get hot. So it's been installed 2011. It's about 13 years old or so. And I mean, by the state of the installation itself, I'm guessing that definitely stands out because that's the central heating pump, and it looks like the builder who fitted it has literally just put central heating pump on the hot water outlet to try and help boost the hot water demand coming out the taps, which we know isn't correct. First, it's the wrong pump. It should be a bronze pump, and secondly, that should be fitted on if there was a secondary return circuit or something like that, not just on a switch. I don't even know where that's going. It's probably, it's probably one of these fuse spurs. So that central heating pump is just running all the time, and the customer said it's not really made any difference to the hot water output. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I mean, that looks a bit worse for wear. These connections here, they all look a bit worse for wear. So we'll see what's going on with that. As long as, that's my timer for the drop test, so I'll go and check on that. We'll check that the zone valve's opening properly and we're getting heat going to it, and then making sure that we're getting heat coming back out of it. If we do, then it's more than likely it's going to be a case of limescale buildup inside the cylinder, which is why it's taking so long for it to get hot. But firstly, let's get this serviced. Let's get this case off. Yeah, it's a 637, so these are deeper than the standard ones because it's a 37 kilowatt. And let's also check. First thing I check on boilers this old is, where's my 925R is in the cupboard under the stairs, but I usually shine my light up in there to see if there's any crusting or anything, which it looks okay at the moment, but I'll do a sweep test obviously to make sure that we've got nothing leaking out there. If not, then that'll need attention as well. Ooh, okay, this boiler is not looking good already. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do with it. So as you can imagine, that last job, the boiler service didn't go to plan. The boiler's in a bad state, and the customer has asked me to quote him up for a new boiler and cylinder. So in January, that whole thing's going to get ripped out and going to be putting in a brand new system. The customer actually found me off YouTube as well, which is why he got me out to do the boiler service. But obviously, he heard me commentating on how bad of a situation it was. So he basically said, look, let's leave the service, just price me up for a new install. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Just like this next one now, I'll take you guys in. It's basically just to sort out a condense leak. Basically, the condense pipe has been cut a bit too short. So I need to do a bit of jiggery pokery and extend it so that it sits nice and snug within the boiler condense trap. I'll show you what I mean when I get up there. Let's go and have a look. Alright, so this is the issue here. Basically, this condense here has been dripping, and what I found when I came here before is that this pipe has been cut too short, and it's also going up at an angle. Now this is all boxed in here, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cut out with the multi-tool larger section here, so I've got access to the pipe. I'm going to cut a section out of it, and then I'm going to put a coupling on, bring it up probably slightly shorter so that this is then going to be going down, extend a bit of pipe into there, and then probably put a cable tie around it just to make sure it holds in place, because that's not actually even sitting in straight because that's hitting a bit of wood there. So yeah, let's just flick that off so it doesn't condense whilst I'm working, get this cut out, and we'll go from there. Right, that's all done. Now you can see that elbow, that was way too short, so that wasn't even going in all the way. I think that elbow was only going in up to about there, but now this new elbow, you can feel it, it's basically touching that end there. But I have put on a cable tie just to get a little bit more stability, and that's not moving now. I had to use this coupling because the two different brand pipes, and for some reason I don't know why, when it comes to overflow pipe or condense pipe, companies, they don't make it all one size. It's different size for different brands, so some of the fittings don't use. But this little adapter is called R1MCO. There we go. Don't know if you can see that, R1MCO. So that's basically a coupling which will allow you to adapt from one brand to another. My glue, I got very lucky. It is finished. It's all dried up and glued inside, but I had enough to, yeah, just about worked on there. But yeah, that's that sorted. I'm going to put that little block of wood back where it was for now, but yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with it afterwards, but there was no real way for me to do this otherwise. But that's done now. Let's go on to the next one, if there is a next one.